guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lauren. I recently had a mommy makeover surgery. I'm about 3 months post-op right now, and I have a lot of things around me stacked up here that I would like to share with you guys that helped me with recovery and be more comfortable immediately post-op. Just things that helped me throughout this healing time. And of course, being 3 months post-op, I'm not fully healed. Can definitely say that I've tried these things out, and I can let you guys know how things went for me. Of course, everybody's different. These things really helped me through that process. And the last video I uploaded was my mommy makeover story, so you can kind of see progression there. Pre-op to about 2.5 months post-op. And now that I'm 3 months and I've gathered all my things, I just want to share that with you today. So if you want to hear my story and everything that happened, as well as my progression of healing from 2 weeks to about 10 weeks, then go ahead and check out that video. But if you want to see the things that I used, you are in the right place. This is my mommy makeover favorites, tips, and must-haves, and let's get into it. All right, so first thing, I'm actually leaning on it right now. This cushion, I'm gonna put in a clip of me using it. I would sit on this cushion on the couch, and it's a recliner couch from Lovesac. The spot that I would sit on the couch would recline, and I would use this cushion to sit up. There's ones for different heights, but this one was for my height. It definitely helped support me and my back so I wasn't uncomfortable on the couch. And it has little pockets and everything. Like, it was just great, super comfortable. And I'm also leaning on this right now. I actually have 2 different sizes. So this pillow I would put, depending on how I was laying, I would put it against my lower back or behind my head, but that's like a toddler size pillow. So I have that. And then I also have even smaller. So kind of see the difference. This is super tiny. We have toddler size, and then we have mini, and I would put this behind my neck, or if I need more padding on the side, just depending on what my body needed and position I was in. These came in handy, just getting me comfortable with wherever I was sitting. Another thing that I had, which I actually have it in a toddler pillowcase, this is a Tempur-Pedic cushion, and it's a lot firmer than the one behind my back right now. This was more supportive for my neck or underneath my knees, but I would also put this behind my head. Again, it just depended on if I was in bed or on the couch, what I needed at the time. And I just put it in this little cotton toddler pillowcase just because that's more comfortable for me. I also use these cotton and muslin blankets. I actually have, I think, 4 of them now in different colors. We have like white and this gray. Not only would this be the perfect weight to cuddle with, it was also helpful to have this laying underneath me on the couch. So when I couldn't use my abdominal muscles to sit up, I was able to have this underneath me and grab onto it to pull myself up. It assisted me in sitting up, but it's very comfortable, and this was nice to have 100% cotton just with me wherever. So something cozy, a soft cotton. So it's not like a rough cotton blanket, if that makes sense. I'm gonna jump into some products now. Just have a lot going on right here. So once I was cleared to take things, it was like 2 weeks after, I believe. Of course, listen to the instructions that you get, but I was able to take my supplements again. So I was taking IO1. This is the Orac and Camu olive leaf elixir. And I was taking this prior for like the past year, and so I started taking it again, immune booster. And then I also started taking I-66 again. This is the Beauty Fountain hydroxytyrosol plus collagen. So collagen, of course, is going to help support your skin. And then again, I was taking this prior as well. This is the I-70, the Beauty Molecule hydroxytyrosol plus hyaluron. So hyaluronic acid, it's going to really hydrate your cells. I needed all the hydration. I just felt so dehydrated right after surgery, but of course I couldn't take anything other than what I was told. Once I could take my supplements again, this was actually the first one I started taking. So love those. I'll put a list of everything with my link down there in the description so you guys can shop that, or everything that I'm mentioning from Oliveda. So I'll have all those linked down there as well. And most of the other items are on Amazon. So I will of course have my Amazon storefront listed down below, and it will be listed under Mommy Makeover. Olive Rose, this is the hydroxytyrosol lip butter. This one's in Love Letter. There is a clear one as well, but I just had both. My lips were very dry afterwards. Like I said, I needed hydration. And I also was using the lip balm. This one's F75, the original lip balm. This does have castor oil in it as well. So good. Needed all the lip protection. And then I also used my F78, the Arboquina cleansing oil. This really helped my skin. So of course I was cleansing my skin, but I really needed something hydrating. So I usually will double cleanse and use the oil and then the gel cleanser. But I just used this for a little bit and was just able to massage it onto my dry skin. Get one of these Clean Skin Club little towels. The texture in them is so cool. They are so soft. Put some warm water on it, rinse off the oil, and I actually felt like my face was clean and hydrated. After my face was clean, then I used these two. I used F63 and F86. So the F63 is the Cell Active Face Oil Serum, and the F86 is the vegan hyaluronic acid. I would combine these two together for all of the hydration, but yet it was so gentle. This is the most simple hydrating combination, and I just left it at this. This was like my moisturizer. That was my skincare for my face. That was it. Cleansing and putting my serums on. That was it. This is the cleanser I mentioned in my last video. It's the Hiba Cleanse Antiseptic Skin Cleanser. Got the foam one. This is very drying for your skin. So I use this the night before and the morning of, from the neck down. You don't want to get this on your face. Like I said, it's very drying. It's not something you're gonna wanna use all the time. I think I used it once or twice post-op. It wouldn't be something I would be using all the time, but that was the one that was recommended. And then this is what I was using to make sure I didn't have anything scented or anything that could irritate my skin, was the Honest Sensitive Shampoo and Body Wash. This one's fragrance-free. Again, I know they have ones that have fragrance, but this one has nothing in it. I do have unscented bar soaps too. I just wanted to rinse away easily, not have to rub on my skin. So this is what I used. Very simple, unscented body wash. I also use this hair spritz from Rocasa Organics. I love Rocasa. I'm going to show you some more of their products too. This one is the hair spritz, and I use this specifically to freshen my hair. I shower once or twice a day, depending on what I'm doing. So for me not to shower for a couple days post-op was crazy. It was like my least favorite part about it. It wasn't even that I was just uncomfortable. It was like, can I just please get a shower? This helped me a little bit, helped me feel a little bit cleaner. Even though I wasn't dirty, I was just sitting here, sitting around. Help grow and thicken your hair. So I didn't notice it first, but up here, I've had less hair since having babies, but up here near my temples, I noticed that I did have some more baby hairs coming in. I'm not super consistent with it. If I was, I would probably see even more results being more consistent. I've only used about half the bottle so far, and I see a little bit of growth. So that was just kind of a bonus. This was honestly just to freshen up my hair at first. It's witch hazel, rosemary, cedarwood, lavender, and tea tree. And now I just spray it on my scalp up here after I get out of the shower. And it smells good too. Speaking of not being able to shower, I wasn't able to shave. I had shorts or capris on. I wasn't even wearing full pants. It was just too much with like the blankets and the socks and like all the things. I ended up getting this Babyliss Pro shaver. Actually has a UV. You can see it like lit up. I got this little guy. That was to shave my legs. So I love that it does have the UV, and it actually does a really good job shaving. I was impressed. It did come with another little charger. I just used the USB-C charger. I have my little shaver wherever I need it. And then speaking of charging things, so of course I had my phone and my iPad, entertainment in general, along with this needing to be charged. I also had this Anchor charger, smaller ones too, but this is the bigger one, and it does have the USB-C cable built in. So that was really cool. So it is the USB-C, and then it has the regular USB here. And then this, of course, will just light up and tell you how much percent you have left. But this little power brick here was amazing. I was able to charge my phone multiple times on this. And the funny thing is I actually did have a charging cord right near me. That was, of course, way more convenient. Reach the cable, you know, a little bit farther, or like bend any direction. You're not going to want to move. I didn't want to move or go anywhere for like a week. It was just uncomfortable. Oh, speaking of wanting to go anywhere, I do have, it's actually still in the car, I'll grab a clip for you, a pillow for the car for the seatbelt. This one actually did strap onto the seatbelt. I just kept it on the lower, on my abdomen. I didn't really need any protection up top, really. I didn't feel like I needed that, just more of my abdomen. So that is in the car, and you just Velcro it onto the seatbelt. I just left it on there, honestly. But that did a great job helping me feel more protected and padded, and it was great. There's even a little spot that you could put an ice pack or heating pad in there. I didn't do that. I just used just the pillow. I am obsessed, in general, I'm obsessed with castor oil. I use it literally from head to toe every single day. We have multiple bottles of this around our house. This one's from Beautifully Balanced. It's called All the Things Castor Oil. It is 100% organic castor oil. It is cold pressed, hexane free, everything you would want. It's also really cute. This bottle is adorable. I use this, and my girls use this. My husband uses this. We all use the castor oil all over the house. We have usually one downstairs, and then we each have one in our bedrooms. Not only do I have one next to the bed, I also have one in the bathroom. So I have 4 or 5 of these around the house at any given time. It's a very thick oil. I've already used it for my wellness journey anyway to help with detoxification. I use it on my face. I've used it on my scalp or hair. I've used it on my feet. Basically, if we need to bring circulation or healing to any area, I will use this to help with constipation. Just all the things, literally all the things. I will put this on all of my scars every night before bed, and I will also rub my entire abdomen with this to help with circulation and to help with healing. So the castor oil has really helped with my scars. It's been amazing. Like I said, I already am a huge fan of castor oil. I cannot stop raving about it, how quickly it has helped me feel better, honestly. And something I thought I would use more than I have so far is my Loom box, my red light. So I have a Loom box. It has red light and near infrared light behind my neck for helping me sleep. I would put it on the center of my chest to help my immune system, or my thyroid on my neck. I would also put it wherever my scars are at to help healing as well. My favorite time is before bed, but you can do it anytime. And I would also put it on my sides. So yes, on my sides. So I actually have 2 Loom boxes, one on each side, one on each hip. So my sides were very swollen, and that would actually really help the pain. It also does help with scarring and healing as well. So red light, huge fan, and I love my Loom box. Another thing that helped me a lot, this is completely wrapped up. Oh goodness. All right, so it comes in this bag, but this is a very, very large heating pad. I have a small one that I use sometimes when I do my castor oil packs. This one is so big, 20 by 24 or something like that, but it's very big and very soft. So I would also put castor oil all over my abdomen, especially when I pulled the muscle, like at the top of my abdomen here. I was trying to sit up and I did too much too fast, and I felt like I pulled it, so that was super uncomfortable. I would put castor oil all over my belly, and I would lay here with the heating pad. Not only would it completely relax me, I really felt like it relaxed that muscle as well. So you don't really need a heating pad that's that big, although I did find it beneficial for me. Actually, initially I was told I shouldn't be using heat or ice because of the nerves, like I wouldn't be able to feel it being too hot or too cold. I just was very careful of the timing and how long I left it there. I was paying really close attention to it. Honestly, heat felt better for me. Heat and red light felt the best along with the castor oil, but I did use this little ice pack a little bit in the very beginning. So it helped with the swelling a little bit. I believe it was day 2. I had congestion in my throat. I mentioned that in my story. It was really, really intense. I know it was because I was put under. It was part of that whole process of being out for so long. I didn't realize all of that. My throat hurting or being dry, it's like an annoying tickle in a way. I had a couple things I did for that. I don't think I really heard anybody else talk about that when I was doing research for myself prior. That was just something I wasn't prepared for. I've already had this. This is Dr. Dennis Gross facial steamer. It just has a little thing for water. You just put it in there, and then you just turn it on, and then it has a lot of steam that comes out from this one little spot. So it's very intense steam as compared to other facial steamers that I've had. So I love this one, and I was able to kind of hold it closer to my face exactly where I was. I didn't have to move to a stationary spot. I was kind of able to move this one where I wanted it, which was very important to me post-op. This one has just been amazing, but this was very, very important to help me with that congestion. Now, the annoying throat tickle that came along with that. I've had both of these before, so again, I wasn't prepared, so this was just what I had at home already. They're both by Beekeepers Naturals. This is the Propolis Immune Support Daily Throat Spray. I've use this for myself and the kids just to have to help with any kind of little throat tickle. And then this is actually the kids Propolis throat soothing drops. This has honey, vitamin D and zinc and elderberry. I already had it on hand, but that was something that helped me as well with that like annoying tickle. It only lasted a few days, but it was just annoying. Protein. getting in protein. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say meal prep. We meal prep already. I also had smaller portions in 1 cup containers. There's like chicken or beef and then some bone broth. I love Kettle and Fire. This is Kettle and Fire, the reduced sodium bone broth. Yeah, beef and chicken, Kettle and Fire bone broth. But I'm already gonna say make sure, especially initially, like the first week, I'll say, week or 2. You remember I said I was very dehydrated. Reduced sodium. Make sure you get reduced sodium and make sure that you're consuming reduced sodium. So I accidentally didn't have reduced sodium one of the first days and I was just so thirsty, so dehydrated, it was crazy. And then I was annoyed that I had to keep getting up to go to the bathroom because I needed to drink so much water. Just in the first few days, make sure it's reduced sodium. But bone broth was very easy. Also helps me get in some protein. And I also highly recommend Chomps, grass-fed, grass-finished bone broth, as well as Chomp Stick. So love that. I would just recommend having some protein sources that are already prepped and ready to go. It's really gonna help you with that muscle repair and your recovery. That's just a couple of mine that I had ready to go. I'm sure I already mentioned. So I had a breast lift, evened out the size. I did have a fat transfer, a tummy tuck with the abdominal muscle repair from the breastbone all the way down, lipo on my flanks, like on my sides, and my lower back. So that whole entire area is still numb, but that's where I had the most swelling. Yeah, basically my hips, like on my sides, and kind of wrap around to like my lower back. So that's where I had the most swelling. This lymphatic cream saved me so much. At first, when I started moving around, I didn't realize I would swell. Like if I'm sitting too long, sitting down, driving in a seated position, I didn't realize that I would have trouble draining. So I would get fluid buildup, swollen or puffy. This lymphatic cream would really help that drain, flush the extra fluid out. So I love this so much. I've used it for a month and a half, probably 2 months, but you can see I have not used a ton of it because a little goes a long way. You need like the tiniest bit and it just melts into your skin. Along with the lymphatic cream, Rocasa also has a lymphatic lotion. This is just lighter weight on the skin. They're essentially the same product. I did get both because I'm like, I don't know which one I'm gonna like better. I prefer the cream actually, which is the opposite of what I would have thought. I feel more of a difference. I don't know if it's because it's just sitting on my skin for longer because it's thicker. I'm not sure. But I do think that the cream works better for me, but they're very similar. They're both gonna help. It just depends on your preference on if you want a cream or a lotion. Another product that's similar yet different. Everyone needs magnesium. I feel like magnesium has been talked about so much recently. I have 2 different ones. I usually use this before bed because it does help relax me. I have the cream and the gel. So the cream is the most gentle version. The magnesium in this is less concentrated than the gel. So the magnesium cream I will use on my body and the gel I will specifically use on the bottom of my feet. So it just depends on where I'm going to use it. I have seen benefits from the magnesium too. This I specifically got from the surgery center, like the surgery office. It's Silogen Pure Silicone Gel for scars. That's what it looks like. I had to get it specifically from them. I couldn't order this online or anything. I'm on my 2nd bottle of this now. So I will use a combination of the Silogen and then the castor oil. I focus the Silogen directly on the scar and then I use the castor oil directly around and kind of on top of it. But I do most of my massaging with the Silogen if I'm going to use that. And then a lot of the time I just use the castor oil. That has also been helpful. I did get the Silogen tape as well. I just did not like the way that that felt and it was hard for it to stay completely on because of course like it's just a bunch of pieces and I just rather do this gel. It's just easier for me. And then along with post-op massaging, drainage, and all that, this is the LA Dope Your Skin Body Oil Serum number 006. This does have the olive fruit oil, hydroxytyrosol. So this is the body oil that I've been using when I'm doing my lymphatic massages and drainage and everything. If I'm not going to lymphatic massage therapists, this is going to help with muscle tension and circulation and relaxation. So I have been loving this. Use it especially on my sides and my back. That is what I will use when I'm using my cupping. So I got this cupping set. There's this large one and then there's these smaller ones. I'm gonna leave it on there. I will just use the smaller one. And if I'm going to be using it and gliding along my body, I will be using the bigger one. So it just depends, but I usually reach for the bigger one. That's what I'm using to kind of bring the fluid around to drain. So that's what I use at home. Usually the cupping feels better than actually like pushing on it, but I do have scar tissue starting to build up and I can kind of feel that. So I need to continue to work on it and break that up. And I have two different devices for that. This one I got a while ago. It is a lymphatic roller. I think I've also seen it called like a cellulite roller. You could put it around like your entire leg or something. I mean, it goes out pretty far, but it does separate so you can hold on to it and use it like this, which is what I did. These little hard silicone, I guess you would say, like it is flexible, but it is kind of on the hard side, which is what you want. So I've used this sometimes just to kind of help break that up. I probably should be using this more than I am. This has been helpful. And then I also finally got maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now. Probably should have gotten this sooner. This is a lymphatic roller. I actually put this behind my back and I will roll my lower back like this. It does spin. It just depends on like what feeling I'm going for. I think if I had to put these in order, I prefer cupping first, then this one, and then this one. I think it's a combination, honestly, of all of them. And then just heat, massage, oils, lymphatic, all the things. It's all the things combined. Staying hydrated, super important. Love this water bottle. This is from Hydro Flask. It's got a handle. I believe it's 40 ounces. This one has a silicone straw. I did finally get rid of all my glass straws. I didn't realize the glass straws were so dangerous. I do have this one, so silicone straw at the top, plastic part at the bottom, and stainless steel inside. And it will also fit in any cup holder. Like I haven't had an issue of this bottom part not fitting in a cup holder, but yet it's still 40 ounces. This has been a favorite. When I first got home that first week, just picking this up with no water was heavy for me. So I did get plastic cups. So plastic cups, plastic straws, and I had them stacked up on the coffee table so that way the kids could get me more water too, because I was just rolling through water and we would just rotate the cups. It was like, all right, next cup. It was really helpful because there were times where I'm like, I need water now. I need it already ready with minerals in it, ready to go. So yes, I did have plastic cups and plastic straws. Everything else was heavy. All of my stainless steel cups, the way I was tilting it, if I was to grab this, hitting my boobs because they were so swollen at first. I can't, I'm hitting my boobs. So I remember saying that a lot. Like I keep hitting my boobs. I just wasn't used to it and they were swollen. It was just really high at first. So plastic cups for the win for that first week. I also did have Chuck's pads. It was about the first week. When I had the drains, I didn't want anything to leak on anything. I was just thinking I was going to be leaking everywhere, but I wasn't. I just liked the security of having that there, as well as when we would drain it. I just wanted to make sure everything was covered and protected. So we had those. I also got my period the first couple days after surgery. So as you can imagine, that was not the most comfortable thing. I did end up getting this pack of disposable cotton underwear and it was actually really stretchy at the top and it came up higher. So it was annoying, but it wasn't too uncomfortable. So I will link those for you guys too. And I also had a silicone urinal type thing. I used it the first night. After that, I had to completely relax. Basically, if you listen to my story, the first muscle relaxer that I took turned into tightening all my muscles, so I couldn't just stand to pee anymore. I had to sit down and completely try to relax my muscles because it was even hard to pee. That was really hard, but still, if you don't have that issue, then the silicone urinal thing would actually be helpful for you. It was for me when I first got home for those first couple hours. And speaking of trying to go, I did use Colace gummies. I did take this for a couple days prior to surgery as well, so I recommend doing that. The meds that you're supposed to take the first few days, I only took it for 2 days, thank goodness, but they really constipate you. This really helped me, and I also don't take pills, like I don't swallow them. So I took gummies, and that helped me. So I have to make sure I take that with a lot of water, which I already had ready to go. But along with not being able to swallow things, I have this pill crusher. It's like a stainless steel one. So you just screw that in there and it crushes them. And then here it will split them. And then underneath that part you can store some. This would have been helpful if I needed to take it somewhere. I just had it here with me. I did bring it to the surgery center with me if they needed to give me something prior, but they were like, just don't worry about it. We'll give you something after you're under. So I brought it with me, but I didn't need it. I'm glad I had it at home though, because I needed it. Pop and go, exam gloves, grab and go. I really like these. We already had these around the house. I used the small and then hubby used the large ones. There's different colors and different sizes. Tanning or cleaning something that I don't want to get on my hands or my nails. I do love those. Going along with cleaning things, I have water wipes. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory since I couldn't shower. I had water wipes to wipe myself down. I know there's other options you could soap up and stuff. Like I wasn't that dirty. I didn't like not being able to shower, but water wipes is what I used. These ABD pads, ready to go. I have a whole box. Apparently I thought I was gonna be leaking everywhere from my incisions, but I was not. They even sent me home with some. I only needed a few. It wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna need a ton of them, and I only needed a few. Really, it's just to kind of protect right next to the drain, and then of course changing any of the pads. I also got these McKesson cotton tipped sterile applicators. They look like this. There are two. It's not like a regular Q-tip. There's no fuzzies that come off of them. It's just cotton, which is exactly what I needed to clean my belly button. I don't think they needed to be this long because I'm just getting in my belly button, but this little cotton tip was perfect to get in there and not leave any fuzzies or anything. Going along with the belly button, which I didn't even think much of it at first. Oh yeah, my abdomen was the main thing I was thinking about. I got these little foam earplugs and I would just squeeze them like that, put castor oil on it and put it in my belly button. I would use this tape. So this is super soft tape, perforated, so you can pull a little piece off. Sometimes, depending on what I'm wearing, I'll use one. Sometimes I'll use two. I'll have to use more if I accidentally get castor oil outside my belly button and then this doesn't stick on that. Of course, because this is very gentle, very soft. It does stick, but it's not too sticky. That's by Nextcare. I'll have all of this stuff linked. The big things. I already talked to you guys about this chair, this cushion that I've been sitting on this entire time. Next to me, I also have this. It's actually a walking pad standing desk, but I ended up putting this next to my spot on the couch because I was easily able to reach and grab my phone, the remote, water, a snack, whatever it was. I was able to grab it really easily and it was very sturdy. But on the couch, I also had this tray and I was able to place this next to me on the couch and it was sturdy enough that I could place things on this too. So on this one, I usually had my red light, the steamer, my charger, the heating pad, like whatever it was. I had a lot of other things sitting here as well. A double level. I had one that was up higher and then I had the tray that was next to me on the couch. And the tray was flat. I didn't have it raised up unless I had it sitting on top of my lap. Usually it was still just sitting next to me. A table. I did that a few times as well. Put a towel over your chest too. When you're eating, I made a mess and pretty much had to have a towel the first few days over my chest to protect from me spilling things. Because I would typically lean forward to not spill things, but I wasn't able to lean forward because I couldn't use my muscles. I'm glad I have my core muscles back. It was rough there for a while. Clothes. Okay, this is an important category. It got pushed to the side. This is my little shorts, not super short. Shorts, it is just one piece of shapewear. It does not have a built-in bra or anything, but I was able to just wear this by itself. It did have pads in them, but I took them out. This was probably my go-to to wear since I did not need a faja. Of course, listen to what you are told, but I was told I did not need a faja, so I just needed some compression on pretty much where I had the lipo, which was sides, flanks. I was told I could wear a compression tank, which I did try, and that did not work out well for me because it continued to ride up, which I was surprised because I'm short. I kept having to pull it down. And then I figured out, well, why don't I just wear compression shorts, which are these. I do have some Spanx, but those were too tiny for me at the time. That's what I would wear under my dresses. This is a different brand. I will link it. It was from Amazon. Shorts. They're super stretchy. The cool part about these is that they have these supports sewn in them. There you go. There's two in the front and two in the back. It sits all the way up to the bottom of where my bra would sit. Very high. This makes me look really short. This was easier for me personally than the compression tanks, shapewear bodysuit, or those shorts. Those were my two go-tos. Like I said, I had the tanks, but they just rode up on me. We'll continue to talk about bras. I did not size up big enough at first. I had to wear the same bra when I got home post-op until I could get in a bra that fit me. I was excited, like, okay, well, I can change. And it's like a day and a half after, and I did not realize my band had swollen 2 sizes up. The one that I got that I was expecting to put on didn't fit me. I had to wait like 2 more days until I could get one. So I was just hanging out while it was being washed. That was a little inconvenient. So I would definitely not just size up, but I would probably size up 2, and then you can probably size down and then be back to your normal. At least that's what my experience was. This is the one I ended up getting that helped the most when I was still really swollen. It does zip in the front. It clips in the front. It has like one little clip, so you would clip it in the front and then it zips. On the shoulders, this was actually really helpful because it has a little Velcro adjusting shoulder strap. So if you were still really swollen, you could actually loosen that up really easily. That was comfortable the first, maybe it was 4 weeks. It already feels like so long ago. Whenever she said I was okay to wear whatever bra I wanted to, whatever I'm comfortable in, that was when I went to this, which is actually what I'm wearing now, just in a different color, by CRZ Yoga. It is like a bra tank, so it's kind of a long one, and it does have a support band in there, and then you can see it's like a bit longer. Maybe you can't see that. All right, there we go, it's inside out. Where it has the support band here, and then the actual tank is longer. So I would call this a cropped bra tank. If you're wearing this with high-waisted leggings, it looks like just one piece. It could even look like it's just an outfit together. So I have those in a bunch of different colors. Really have been liking those because they don't ride up too high. They don't annoy me. It's very comfortable. Also have from CRZ Yoga just some comfortable clothes, you guys. Comfortable cotton clothes, because you're just going to be hanging out. You want to be sitting in as much cotton as you can. This is just CRZ Yoga, just a plain black tank. I would wear this underneath things. I think I also got some Amazon brand cotton tanks. I wore it underneath the binder with the foam padding for that first couple of days to a week. That also really helped. It was going to be any skin irritation, so I didn't have to deal with that. Helped protect my skin with those tanks. This is also CRZ Yoga. This is just a loose hoodie. It is like a stretchy kind of material, but this is soft, lightweight, and it was still kind of cool when I would be going to my checkups. So I would wear that. I did have to pull that over my head. That was after a couple of weeks I would wear that, but it was still comfy and not too tight, just something that was just matched everything. Basically, all of my preparation outfits is just everything's black. This is by CRZ Yoga. I love their leggings. I have a ton of them. So this was CRZ Yoga. It's high-waisted, but the legging part loose, like it's wide leg. It does have pockets in the front. These almost look like you could dress them up or down. Honestly, they were just comfy. They were stretchy enough to go around my abdomen area, but it wasn't putting pressure on anything lower because that's where it was loose fit in here. Just wasn't super tight. That was comfortable for me to wear too. Compression socks. So I did wear these, but I didn't have to wear these for long. I wore the ones that they had on me for like the first day, and then I changed into these, and then I was okay to not wear them because I was walking around so much. I did have these shirts, a short sleeve shirt with drain pockets on the inside that zipped up. That was super helpful to have a couple of those so you could swap them out. 2 of them. That helped, so I was able to kind of move around without having to worry about the drains falling, because that did happen accidentally, and that was just so scary. I also did have a drain holder pouch for the shower, so that was a really thin, lightweight mesh. So I went from basically the shirt to the shower. I had it wrap around my neck, so it was able to just be in there. I didn't have to worry about it falling in the shower either. Again, those are like a first week situation. So thinking about the drains, that's about the first week. Definitely things to hold the drains in a shirt and a shower. I almost forgot. I had these really soft cotton modal PJs. They buttoned up and they were short and capris. I've gotten short length pants before. I wanted to get capris because I cannot stand my pants touching the floor or being too close to the floor. So I got those. I actually got my regular size and it was very stretchy and loose. So I was able to just wear my usual small, and that fit me, of course, before surgery, obviously, but it also fit me after surgery. Even with all the swelling and the binder padding, it was able to stretch. So highly recommend that. Did also have a no-touch forehead thermometer. We got a new one of those just so hubby could check my temp for the first like 2 days. He was just kind of keeping an eye on me. Good thing to have. I actually needed a step stool too, once I was actually able to get into bed. So if you're short, you might want a step stool. I also have this pillow. So I did get a new pillow. Actually, I got 2 new pillows. So one of them is good for side sleeping and the other one is good for back sleeping. I was using this on the couch, but I need to sit up in bed. So the pillow is like a standard setting, like for like back sleepers, but you can add more fill into it for side sleeper or if you want more fill. The material itself is really nice, dreamy blue. It has an expansion thing on the side. I'll link it for you guys, but it was super comfortable. Once I was able to sleep in bed with the pillow, I was so comfy. Using that pillow, I was actually able to fall asleep on my back, but usually I have to fall asleep on my side. I love that pillow. I can't say good enough things about it, and hubby also likes this too. Okay guys, I've been recording forever. I will link everything I can in the description. I think I have listed every little thing that I used, and now I need to clean up all of these things. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful and I gave you some ideas. I will see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.